I'm busy with the Compact ProLine 3000 RAID video, but hardware RAID is a bitch. So yeah, it's not going as I am planning. It's like yeah, hardware RAID is just terrible, and I know now why software RAID and ZFS is so great. Hi, my name is Victor Bart and welcome to Retro Machines, and let's do a little bit different project, and this with this SCSI Tower. I have this SCSI Tower for a while now. I put just for the fun some Plextors in, and I want to build this up in this video and then connect it to the Compact ProLine 3000, because I have here the cable from a 68 pin to the 50 pin, the old style connector. Nice short cable, and I'm gonna pull out the normal CD-ROM players, and I will put in a zip drive, of course, and one or two Plextor writers, maybe two. Maybe we can then see in a video someday if I can write two CDs at once. Let's just build this SCSI Tower. And the funny thing about this zip drive that you're now seeing is that it is actually just an IDE drive. I don't have that much SCSI zip drive, but I have one. So let's put this one away and let's show you something a little bit different. And that is this one. And this one is a computer build that I never built, but I was planning for a long time, and then plans got changed. Maybe you remember this case of one of the first retro videos. I think it's a great case. It's a little bit wider and has two SCSI Plextors, a SCSI zip drive, floppy drive, a super nice side window. I designed it myself and I like the corners. So let's open it and show you what hardware is in it. But this build will never be built like this, because I have better hardware for this case, like a dual slot 2 Xeon, instead of a tiny Asus P2B with dual Pentium 3 450s and a Matrox G400 Max, two Voodoo 2s, not sure which brand it is, probably Helios. Here we have a Miro DC30, 3-com network card, Sound Blaster AW864 Cold, some memory is under here, 1 GB of memory, but I don't gonna build it like this. Probably the same hardware, but then with the dual slot 2, because this case that is much deeper is perfectly for that build. Here we have a SCSI zip drive, and I need that one out for now, and in my final build I will see what I will do. Maybe just an IDE zip drive in the system and the rest SCSI, not sure yet. Oh, that's good, it's only with one screw. So you will see this case back and a variation on this hardware, but not in the exact configuration like this. So let's first swap out the IDE zip drive for the SCSI one in this bracket. So let's take a closer look on the SCSI external unit. Here we have an on and off button, and it's built like an ATK. It has a full size cover, and on the rear we have the two SCSI connectors with active terminators. And the nice thing about this is that you can daisy chain more SCSI units if you want. Here on the rear we have the 50 pin SCSI connectors. So we have this nice big cable that goes in here. And then what we can do is put termination here, and then the 68 pin connector goes in the back of the server. But what we also can do is take an extra cable from here to, for example, this unit with an Iomega Jets drive that also has this connector, and then just daisy chain them and make a way bigger SCSI setup. But for now we will just take the cabinet with one cable and the termination. On this block with numbers we can set SCSI IDs. So if you take a needle, you can put them on different IDs, and there are cables inside to all the drives. So I need to configure that because it's pretty handy. And we have a normal 80s style power supply, even with a pass-through. So if we have more SCSI devices, we can just make a big chain of them. So here on the inside we have an 80mm cooling fan, and also in the power supply, and a big 50-pin SCSI cable for 4 devices, and Molexes, and even floppy connectors. And these little cables are to all the drives to set the ID, so I need to figure out how they need to be set. So let's remove some Plextor drives, because we don't need them all in this configuration. And as a kid I always wanted to have a SCSI unit like this, but they were super expensive. Everything with SCSI was super expensive back in the days. So this is an Ultraplex 40 speed, and the normal Ultraplex is 32 speed, and then we have another 40 speed here. And what I like to do nowadays is put front brackets just into the case, so it keeps together. And here we have cables for the front LEDs. This Molex is for the rear fan and the power LED on the front, and on the power supply we have 4 Molexes and 2 floppy connectors. So that is perfectly fine for the configuration that I want to do. I will leave one 40 speed Plextor in, and probably one zip drive and 2 writers. And maybe later I will just switch out some parts to if I find like a better configuration. Let's double check the jumpers on this Plextor drive. This cable goes to the SCSI IDs, and I hope they are in the right order, otherwise I need to figure it out. And we have a jumper on the parity, and the termination has no jumper. So that is fine, because we don't want to have devices terminated if we have an active terminator on the back. So let's see, this Plextor writer has termination on, so that needs to be turned off. Fan is really dirty. The next drive, also this one is super dirty, so let's put that also in. So it's now time to put the SCSI cable in, and probably this little SCSI tower will be in cable spaghetti. 1, 2, 3. And what I like about SCSI is you can put so many devices on one cable. With the 50-pin SCSI, like the 10 megabyte per second devices, you can go up to 7 devices on one controller. And with the modern 68-pin you can go up to 15 devices on one controller. And now see where all the little cables go for the IDs. So this unit is for the upper drive, so this cable goes to the drive under it, and the last cable is for the zip drive. Termination is on right now, so let's remove that and all the ID jumpers. And the zip drive use a floppy Molex connector. Oh, this looks so epic. Maybe someday I can find the 7-bay unit and fill it up with all kinds of cool SCSI devices. But to be honest, 4 devices is probably more than enough. Let's see if I still can connect the SCSI cable, because it's really cramped in here. Maybe start with the smallest device instead of first all the CD players. This looks really nice. So we have one CD-ROM player, a 40 speed Plextor, 2 CD writers that are Plex writers 12, 10, 32S, so it's 32 read, probably 12 write and 10 for a writable CD. And here the 100 megabyte zip drive in this nice bracket. I never powered up this SCSI tower, so let's see if it still works. Okay, the fans are spinning, the LED is working. Oh, this Plextor is really dirty. Here on the rear of the Compact ProLiant 3000 we have a lot of SCSI connectors here, but these are all from the RAID controllers. But here we have the 68-pin SCSI output from the onboard normal SCSI controller, so we're gonna connect the cable to that port. Connect the big cable to the rear, and here we have the terminator, and it doesn't matter that much which one is termination and which one is the normal cable. Time to power it up, but it's really important to first turn on the SCSI external unit and then the server. And if everything goes well, it just needs to work in one go. Probably my final last words. Scanning for SCSI devices. Plextor. Oh, ID4 failed. ID1. Oh no, the jumpers are not on the right spot. I need to figure out the little cables. Oh, this is not good. Let's try to figure it out. So I now only have this one connected. Okay, scanning for SCSI devices part 2. Oh no. I will be back when I figured it out. I think I solved it now by removing the little cables and put jumpers on it. So 3, 4, 5, 6, oh, ID6 failed. That's the zip drive. But let's see what Windows 2000 says. We have compact disk F, G and H and a removable disk. So that's a zip drive. That gave an error. Zip disk, drive, it's blinking. Oh, it's just working. I don't know why it gave an error, but zip drive's just working. Here a different zip disk. Okay, this was the zip disk of my MS-DOS time machine, so all kinds of DOS games on here. Does that work? Eject. Nice. Perfect. That's working. Let's put a CD in here. Yes, also the CD is working. Okay, 2 Plextor writers detected and 1 normal CD-ROM player detected. And by the disk drives, Iomega zip 100 SCSI disk device. Nice, this tower is working as it should be. Let's close the case. And it uses some very nice thumb screws. And what I like about this case is that I now have just a SCSI box with IDs configured on places where normally no hard drive is. So if I have now a system and no CD-ROM player but SCSI, I just can get a cable from the SCSI controller to here and have all the devices including the zip drive. And I have many cables, so I have for all the different SCSI standards a cable. So this will be probably seen in more videos as a CD-ROM box, or if I need a zip drive I will just take this unit out. It's easily powered. Just yeah, I like this little SCSI box tower thingy. So another successful project, and if you like to support me, you can support me monthly on Patreon, and soon I will make a Patreon only Discord server so you can chat with me, show your systems, so check it out. And also you can use my Amazon affiliated links. Thanks for watching.